Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining. I am Mary. This is Stages Podcast. I'm a baby boomer, and I am here with two of my favorite people. That is Lorena.
Hi, I'm Lorena. I'm a millennial, and we also have Zach.
Hi, I'm Zach. Yeah, I'm also a millennial. That's one of my defining characteristics.
Yes. And today on Stages Podcast, this is a really interesting thing because Mother Mary and baby boy Zach have just completed a 28-day playwriting challenge, meaning they wrote a play every day for the month of February for 28 days. So everybody, round of applause. Woo!
Whoa.
Yeah. So I am really curious to know how this went because I love doing challenges, songwriting challenges, anything that's just get your chops up, like 5 minutes of singing this riff every day or whatever. But a whole play every single day.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't call it a full play. Like my average length was about 6 pages.
What? That's a paper, though. You wrote a paper every day. Like, to put it in school terms.
Right. I mean, it was, It was, I read Zach's. They were full plays. They were great.
How did y'all find out about this? How'd you get into it?
I have a really good friend from my time in Shanghai. He lives in France now. He's a British guy, but he's a writer. Like, he's published a couple of books, and he works with this group, and they do lots of different challenges. And he told me about it. He did it last year, I think. And yeah, like when he told me about it like 9 months ago or something. And it's just always been in my mind. Like, I really want to try that. And I thought I was crazy because I just moved here. I just started a new job, all of the things.
Glad for punishment.
Yeah, I make my life a lot harder than it needs to be. I really do. But it was amazing. Like, there was just so much creativity that came out of it. The prompts were I thought it would be like 1 or 2 sentences, but it was like a full, idea that was like sort of explored in the prompts, which gave you a lot to work off of. And of course, you have the option to just completely ignore the prompts if you want and write whatever you want. And yeah, I mean, I came up with so many ideas that like I didn't even know I had. Like, it was really cool.
Nice. How was it for you, Mary?
It was really cool. And like when Zach mentioned it and he was like, "Oh, you should do it." And I, didn't even register to do that. And then I started thinking about it and I was like, God, why not? I love a challenge. Like, I love challenging myself and growing. And so I said, I'm going to do this thing. And I loved it. Like, I look every day at 4 p.m., I would get the prompt. And it's a company over in London. And so it's different time zones. I looked so forward to 4 o'clock every day. I kind of had my routine. I would like light some candles, sit down with my computer, and just like let my imagination take me away. It was incredible.
I like that you had like a ritual around it.
Right?
With candles.
Yeah. Open up my laptop. Great.
One of the cool things. All right. So I was a theater major. So like I've taken like play analysis and like play structure classes and stuff like that. And so for me, like, I guess I have a really like technical understanding of like, how to format a story and stuff. And Mom didn't really have that. And that was like one of the most interesting parts. Like when we started, you were sort of texting me like, so do our plays need to include like a setting where we introduce the setting and then like an inciting incident and then rising action and a climax? And then I was like, Mom, like, stop reading the Wikipedia entry for what a play is. Just sit down and write. And you were saying, and then you asked me, you were like, so do I need to write like Zach, hey, I think I'll make a sandwich. And then like write the next character's name, like Lorena. Sandwiches are yummy. And I was like, yes, you have to do that one.
Or
Like-
can you just free flow all the commentary and we just guess which characters are saying it? That's a great play idea.
Hey, yeah, it is.
Like,
Is that improv?
Who's to say? Yeah. Zach's like, no, there's a way.
But that's my thing. But I mean, that's what it makes. And I the only advice I gave you, Mom, I think I said two things. One was like try to include some sort of conflict in there, maybe like that. You know, that's the sort of central part of a plot. You have to have something happen, and then like people figure out how to like deal with that something. But the other thing I said was like just write. Like literally just sit down and write something. And I guess I was also hyping myself up when I gave you that advice. Like, come on, Zachary, you gotta just write something.
Just sit down.
But I'm so proud of the stuff that you did, Mom. Like you've never written a play before or anything, and now you have
Never.
like 28.
Now I have written 28.
Yeah,
That's
what's
amazing.
What's one of your favorite that you wrote, Mary?
Oh my gosh.
Doesn't have to be
I mean,
the favorite, but any of the tops.
there was one really funny one that I did where they gave you a line and they gave you a beginning and an ending line. And the beginning line was something like, hey, my name's not Kate. Give me that green thing that you're holding. The roof isn't going to fix itself. Or the leak. The leak isn't going to fix itself.
So that
you
was
had-
the prompt.
So that was the prompt.
Oh.
And then you had to end with like, what was the ending, Zach? It was something about the
Something
clothes.
like blobs don't belong on uniforms. Now clean yourself up, you muppet. Something like that.
Yeah, and sing me a love song. It was
Yes,
like
and
that.
sing me a love song.
So then you had to sandwich the play in between those two things. And I loved the character that I invented, this man, and he was like really funny and like talking to the owner of this mattress store. And he was just had this hilarious sense of humor, and the lady was just became really taken with his odd, weird sense of humor. And so they ended up, with this love connection. So, but
Dang.
it was a blast. And I read the stats today. I don't know if you read them, Zach, but there was over 1,300 people that signed up for this challenge.
Oh my
And-
gosh.
Out of that, 350 people nailed it and finished it, which was Zach and I and John.
Wow.
I did not know that. That's amazing. Wow. So we a quarter, really less
Right.
than that.
Yeah.
That kind of
High
shows you
five.
like the odds of like it's not necessarily like talent, just like putting in the work. Like getting to the finish line is like 99% of the battle.
Absolutely.
Dang, that's amazing. Good for y'all.
Thank you.
Wow. Yeah, and I guess we're going to get a little bit of money out of it too.
Oh, yeah.
So the way that it works is you put some money in, and I put in $27 because that's 20 pounds.
Mhm.
And if you fail the challenge, you lose your money. But if you succeed, everybody who succeeds gets a portion of the pot, like a percentage equal to like what you put in plus that of the people who failed.
Yes. I'm in a songwriter like thread that it's like that of like 20 people. Everybody pays like money, and then whoever like does it every day or whatever wins. Yeah. Wow, that's cool though, because that's gonna be like that's pretty dope for y'all. I
It's
finished
super
it.
dope.
1,300 people.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Dang.
It was a great challenge. I enjoyed every day of it. There was maybe one day when I was like, man, I just don't feel like writing. And
Mhm.
that's the day they gave us like something so easy. I think it was kind of mid through it. But it was dope.
Needed
And
a break.
I already know what I'm gonna earn from that. I chipped in like 20 pounds too. And hey, I'm getting a whole like $1.48 back, guys.
Hell yeah, girl.
Nice.
All right, Norm, she's taking you out. Like,
That's right.
Mama's buying.
Getting those QT taquitos, baby.
Yeah, right. QT dogs, 2 for $99.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Oh
living
yeah,
large.
baby.
That's it.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's amazing. Okay, well, the last, just to kind of wrap this up, I have one more question I want to ask, and it's, what did you learn about, how could you sum up in like just a couple words something you learned about yourself through the process? It could be like a sentence, but like condensed, like
Yeah,
really.
I would say this. I think I have a lot of ideas, and ideas will just come to me, and I don't think that I've ever really been in a spot where I've taken the time to just actually sit down and commit them somewhere.
Mm,
So that's what this was about. Like, not every play I wrote was even good, but like there were a lot of ideas there that I think if I were to actually sit down and like expand upon them, like it could be something really cool.
mm.
So I guess I need to take myself a little more seriously about that. Like build some stuff up, like
So
it's
you
there.
learned
Like I learned that I have cool
potential.
ideas. I learned that I have
Yeah.
some potential, and I need to work with it as is necessary.
You learned that this kid's got it. He's got the
Yeah,
stock
and
quality.
I don't want to sound like pretentious by saying
You're trying
that,
to like
but
not be cocky, but I know what you mean. You never know. You never, like, I think everyone
Mhm.
is brilliant and creative, and you literally don't know unless you do it. You have
Mhm.
no idea if you're going to succeed or fail unless you do it. And so something, when it forces you, you learned like, oh, I'm pretty brilliant. That's what you learned.
all right. So what's yours, Mom?
Mine was I learned I've always loved writing, but I learned the joy of writing, and they didn't put any pressure on you. They really expected you to write bad plays. But to me, I just learned to sit down and just take the joy of writing and have fun and grow your imagination. So,
I love that. The joy of creative expression.
right on.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Well, good job, y'all. That
Thank
is like, I
you.
feel so inspired by you sharing with us about like the process and going through it. And it's like, I feel like we all know, like, oh, when you stick to something, it's rewarding, but it's hard to stay inspired. And it's like stories like this that keep us motivated to find our potential, find our brilliance, enjoy the joy of just creative expression and living life.
Right. The challenge was awesome.
Yes.
Word.
Well, I hope that everyone listening and watching has felt inspired to go on their own challenge. Maybe one day we'll do a Stages creative expression challenge. So subscribe so that you know when we're doing that in the future. Leave us a comment if you've done anything fun or challenging that you've stuck to and you feel really proud of yourself for. We'd love to hear about it and celebrate the wins with you. It's been another episode of Stages. Thanks for tuning in.
See you next week, guys.
See you next week.